Back pain is one of the biggest reasons why you're going to get a new office chair, so we picked the best options at every price point. I'm 5'9", Greg's 6 foot, Robert's about 6'2". Let's get into it.
We're going to kick it off with the $200 price point. Now, this one might not shock you because I think arguably the Tacova is the best chair sub $200 right now at about $119 to $139. You won't find a better chair with back support in mind because it actually has some level of back support. Now, remember, this is an inexpensive office chair, so it won't hit like some of the more expensive ones in the list.
Yeah, I agree. The Tacova has to be the pick here, but just know that there's usually multiple listings for the Tacova. One is always $299, so just find a different one, and you can find it for around that $150 mark. But yeah, you're going to get two-way lumbar support, a pretty flexible backrest. The mesh isn't great, and I think that the lumbar can be a little pokey because it is plastic, but this would still be my go-to pick for the best all-around back support for under $200.
I'm actually going a little different route here. Ryan picked a new chair in his under $300 video, the Colony Aeron chair. The Aeron has a little bit of a built-in lumbar curve, but then it also has a lumbar pad that you can adjust. We've seen this chair as low as $150, so for me, this is the pick, even better than the Tacova.
At $300, my pick is actually going to be the chair that I did a lot of deep searching for, the Calamity Atlas chair. Now, I don't think that there's a better chair right now at this $300 price point. It reminds me a lot of the Vera, just not quite as nice, but it does have an additional lumbar pad in there for some adjustments there as well. And I think it's going to be tough to beat this. Prior to this, it was a Clatina pick that we had, but I think this thing blows away the Millette chair.
Greg really likes this chair, but this was actually my number one pick for under $300, so I actually like it quite a bit more, and one of the biggest reasons is that backrest. Like you said, very similar to the Vera, good mesh, good quality curve, which I really like, and it does have an additional lumbar support system. Can be a little bit pokey because it doesn't have any padding, but still probably the best thing you're going to get for under $300.
So I might shock you a little here. I spent a little time going back and forth in these two chairs, the two Colony chairs. I think I like the cheaper one, the Aeron, better for back support. The Aeron has that little pad on the lumbar, so it doesn't feel quite as pokey. It might not be quite as strong, but I felt it was actually more comfortable. And overall, I think I just like that Aeron chair a little better at that cheaper price even.
So the same pick for two price points. What a chair.
The Atlas does have a little nicer materials. It is a nicer looking chair, so if that's important to you, still consider the Atlas.
Jumping up to the $500 price point, probably not a shocker. My pick here is going to be the Vera. I always pick the Vera when we're under that $500 price point, and the biggest reason is going to be the backrest. It's nothing fancy in terms of adjustments or flexibility even, but the natural curve and the elasticity in the mesh is perfect for me. I just love the backrest on the Vera.
So I'm right there with Ryan on that one. I'm sitting in the Vera right now. You might think, how can this be our pick for back support when it doesn't even have adjustable lumbar? But like Ryan said, it has this really nice curve, the shape in the backrest. It just fits your back really nice. Even if you're reclining, you still feel that support. So really like the Vera at this price.
Not a very big surprise here that these guys went with the Vera chair, as that's the easiest pick. It does have amazing lumbar support as well as upper back support with that mesh backrest. It's almost like a hammock experience. I think the Soji would have been an easy pick as well for another new chair. I actually went a different route. I sit in the Amiya chair by Steelcase, and you can get these refurbished under $500 pretty consistently. If you're willing to roll the dice, you can even get them closer to $300 as is on places like Craigslist and Facebook. Now, I think that this has got a really good lumbar support for the price and good upper back support with their live back technology. I guarantee with certainty I'm the only one with this pick.
I guarantee I'm the only one with mine.
I am also guaranteeing, which maybe means that we all pick the same thing. For under $1,000, I'm going to go to a chair that I've turned to when I have had some back pain, and that's actually the Ergo Human. So I like the leather version of this chair.
You gotta be kidding me.
You picked the same chair. You guys just worked each other.
That's what I said. The fact that we both were so sure it was something different.
Unbelievable.
All right, start over. This chair just gives you really nice, strong support without ever feeling like it's pushing too hard into your back. Flexes around while you're moving in the chair. So this is my pick. It's still my go-to if I'm having some back pain.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. I went with the mesh version of it, so it's the LEM4 ERG, which is a little bit less expensive. Now, I like this chair because I cheat when I type, so I always sort of lean forward when I'm typing, and like Robert said, it's got excellent lower support that sort of protrudes out beyond the upper portion of the backrest, and it's great if you have lower back pain.
For me, under $1,000, my pick is going to be the Zodi. I really like the back on the Zodi. I like its flexibility in the top of the backrest. I think the mesh has really good elasticity. It's not too loose, but it's not too tight. And I also like the two-way lumbar adjustment system. You can adjust it individually to make it a little bit more tense on one side than the other. So Zodi is my pick.
So for $1,500, I'm going to jump right into this before these guys steal my pick. I'm going with the Fern chair. I like it with the lower lumbar support. I know Ryan doesn't. I think with the digital knit backrest, it gives you that nice softness. It feels like it gives excellent support through the entire backrest, good flexibility, but I like an aggressive lower lumbar, and that's what that lumbar support does for me.
My pick here is actually be the Human Scale Freedom chair. So the Freedom has a height adjustable backrest pad, and it has that nice pivoting motion in it as you're moving around in the chair. Now you do have to go without the headrest if you want to stay under $1,500. Personally, I would save up a little bit, get that headrest as well. I do love the Fern pick though. If it were just about overall chair, I like that, but a little more support for me in the backrest with the Freedom.
Under $1,500, I'm going with the Steelcase Leap chair. This is my favorite backrest from top to bottom when we consider everything. I love the flexibility. I love the fact that you can dial it back, really get it aggressive. And I also like that you can just take the lumbar system out entirely, which is the way that I use it. And it kind of gives you an entirely new mode to use the chair. So Leap chair for me.
It's a water reminder.
For my no budget pick, I'm actually going to go with the same chair, the Hayworth Fern that Greg just picked for under $1,500, just because I would get it fully loaded and deck it out, except for the headrest and the lumbar support. The lumbar is just a little bit too aggressive for me, and I think the headrest kind of ruins the back, but super flexible, really pillowy feel, and that digital knit makes it nice and soft.
For no budget, I'm going with the Herman Miller Aeron Remastered chair. I'd get this fully loaded with the Posture Fit SL system. The Aeron does not have a super strong lumbar support, but I do love how it integrates with the chair. It just feels like it's built in. I absolutely love the recline on the Aeron. They call it the harmonic tilt. It just keeps you in constant contact with the back of the chair. So you're always getting lumbar support, even as you recline, move around in the chair a little bit.
So probably no surprise here, but I'm going with the Lumia chair because it's not currently being made by Steelcase. It does require you to buy a brand new Lumia and a Leap chair, which is going to run about $2,500. Now you can get the secondary Ameep chair from that, which is nice, but I think the Lumia is it when it comes to back support. Nice and flexible, super pronounced lumbar. You can reduce some of that, like Ryan said, by taking out the height adjustable system, but I think there's something here for everyone. Now, shameless plug, we do have Lumia chairs in the refurbished format, which are going to be quite a bit less expensive. Hopefully you guys like this video. Let us know what your picks are for best back support. Thanks for watching.